Hello, welcome to HITC Sport, and I never look forward to these ones. Lads, last season I correctly predicted 0 out of 24 championship predictions. It was awful. Lads, I have to redeem myself. Even if I get one right, it's an improvement. I've always said it's the hardest league to predict. Still, come on, let's just take a look at my championship predicted table from last summer. Please. Oh, I have to get more than 0 right. Let's just get on with it.
24th, Rotherham. Rotherham fans, they can't even get angry with this. You all know you're going straight back down. But yeah, the chances of this Rotherham squad staying up, there's more chance of me growing a third nipple on my face.
I'm sorry, Rotherham fans. I know right now you're probably gonna want to stick my teeth in a sandwich, but I don't care what the table says. You were the worst team in the league this season. To be fair, you did put up more of a fight than I thought you would, but the only reason Paul Warren's men aren't rock bottom is because of Sheffield Wednesday's point deduction. Great, so I've officially got the first one wrong because Wednesday clearly have chimpanzees operating their finances. Well done though, Rotherham. I guess you proved me wrong. Still enjoy League One next season.
23rd, Barnsley. Yes, Barnsley could kick on after that miracle, but no, I'm guessing you'll have about as much chance of staying up as my granddad on his wedding night. And he's been dead below the waist since 1953.
How? I'm sorry. How? Last season, Cawley Woodrow scored more than 10 league goals to force me to digest mouldy cheese out of a bucket. It tasted like the inside of a vacuum cleaner. And now they're once again making me look like I was starting auction in the womb. Lads, I said second bottom. They're 5th in the league. 5th! You know what, Valerian Ismail, 2 years ago, this former Bayern Munich centre-half was sacked after just one match in Greece. An hour and a half, that's all it took for them to decide that he had the tactics of an undercooked pancake. What happened to this squad? What, do you have Lance Armstrong's doctor hiding in the canteen? I'm sure Ismail is a name straight out of the Bible. You, sir, are a miracle worker. This guy is the Mother Teresa of Barnsley.
22nd, Huddersfield. Alright, Huddersfield are down before a ball has even been kicked. You can smell it. Start packing your bags, lads, because you'll soon be forking out for weekend trips to Swindon and Port Vale.
This is awkward, but still, I don't care. Daniel Corporon is the championship's Mikel Arteta, purely coasting through job interviews based on the fact that he used to sit next to a world-class tactician in the dugout. Is that all it takes these days? Good Christ, give it 10 years, and clubs will soon be appointing anyone who ever spent 10 minutes sitting beside Fergie on the bus, signing Yaya Sanogo, a former postman, and Richard Keogh having a midlife crisis, Umar Niasse just handing out contracts to anyone whose career is halfway down a toilet bowl. What next? Chuck Shane Ward in nets?
Carlin Grant scored 19 goals last season, so once he inevitably gets sold to someone like West Brom, you're just going to be relying on Fraser Campbell for goals. Fraser Campbell? You get more goals out of a damn toothbrush.
No. Campbell got 7 goals this season. Does anyone know any 10-goal-a-season toothbrushes? No. My one smells like a cat's rear end. Don't ask.
21st, Luton Town. Yeah, I predicted Luton to stay up last season, so predicting it 2 years in a row when they have a squad filled with lower league sludge? Honestly, it's like expecting to sail to Africa with a boat made of straw and cheese puffs. But there is a goodwill factor about this club.
Lads, I thought 21st was optimistic for Luton Town, so finishing 12th in the league. Nathan Jones has gone from being in danger of having cheese sandwiches chucked at his head whenever he walked through the street of Luton, to now being in with a shout of a statue. They were only 5 wins short of the playoffs.
20th, Wycombe Wanderers. Like Luton last season, yes, I'm going to go for a miracle. A complete and utter miracle to keep this club with a stadium no bigger than True Geordie's fridge. I'm predicting them to stay up.
You know what though? I don't care that Wycombe proved me wrong and went straight back down. No, Wycombe Wanderers, all 7 fans of you out there, you have nothing to feel ashamed of. When you lost all of your first 7 championship games, when you had to wait until Halloween to get a win, most people would assume you'd have been relegated by March as the worst championship team of all time. But lads, take it until the last day. Bowing out with 5 wins from your last 8 games? Gareth Ainsworth, yes, you look like you haven't touched a shampoo bottle in about 6 years. But I don't care. Take a bow, you Wycombe Wanderers legend.
19th, Bristol City. Never mind promotion pushes for Bristol. Make no mistake about it, you are in a relegation scrap. Bristol City in 19th?
Yes! Oh, get in! Lads, last season Bristol City finished 12th in the league. So when I said 19th, oh, you must have thought,
oh, what an Irish idiot! Clearly he shoves pencils up his nose!
Well, look at that. 19th exactly. Oh, come on, let's follow this up with another genius prediction.
18th, Reading. It's a Reading team low on quality, in a slump, and with arguably the least inspiring coach in the league. It's gonna be a sloppy season, ending with Alan Pardew in the dugout.
No. Listen, Veljko Paunovic has mostly been great this season. Yeah, you've bottled the playoffs with just 1 win for your last 11 games. And considering you were 7 points clear at the top of the league in Halloween, then 7th is probably now seen as failure. But lads, I said 18th, so Well done.
17th, Coventry. Mark Robbins has this team going in the right direction. Yeah, you know what? Go on, Coventry, stay up. Make me look like an utter genius.
So very nearly my greatest ever prediction. I said Coventry would comfortably stay up, and you all laughed at me until you were blue in the face. But lads, I said 17th. Guess what? They did even better. They got 16th. Why couldn't you just finish 17th?
16th, QPR. 16th, and that's if they're lucky.
Lads, what has happened to QPR in 2021? Back in December, they were 19th in the damn league. But now, Mark Warburton has hauled them up to 9th. Their form in 2021 is promotion form. So great, another one hopelessly wrong.
15th, Sheffield Wednesday. Gary Monk is somehow still in charge. Trust me, this is the year where the world sobers up and realizes that he's actually not a good manager. How does he keep getting jobs? 14th, Birmingham City. Okay, this is optimistic. Considering Birmingham only stayed up by 2 points last year, so a comfortable 14th is a bit optimistic.
Yeah, it was optimistic. And the mind-numbingly boring football of HITC was binned in favour of bringing Lee Boyer back to the club. A weird move that could have very easily ended in relegation, but it's paid off. The guys dragged you from 21st of the league to 18th over the course of 10 games. Boyer, you're looking like an absolute nutcase who probably punches old ladies in the street, but fair play.
13th, Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest probably think they're too good for 13th, right? Lads, no, do not underestimate how much a promotion collapse can destroy your club's morale. Last season was their moment and they bottled it. So now there's probably just a cloud of disappointment hanging over this club. Sabri Lamouchi has to rally the troops in a division where they don't want to be.
I knew it. I knew Nottingham Forest would suffer a season-long hangover after their promotion bottle job last season. I just didn't know it would be this bad. Lads, the first half of the season was a relegation scrap, but again, another one wrong.
12th, Preston. Preston's form of 2020 has been a big soggy pile of wet Weetabix. Expecting to go up after winning just 3 of your last 14 games.
Preston, why? All you needed to do was just claw yourself one more point and just drag yourselves into 12th. But no, 30. Oh, thank you very much, Preston.
11th, Millwall. I'll say a slight step backwards into 11th.
Yes! Yes! I've got a second one right. Get in! Oh, thank you, Millwall, for being such an inconsistent mess. I mean, who goes from scoring 4 against Bristol City to immediately conceding 6 against Coventry? Was your goalie hit by a bus on the way to the game? Last season I didn't get any right. Now, 2! Get in, let's see if there's any more.
10th, Blackburn Rovers. Blackburn under Tony Mowbray. Jeez. Listen, this will still be an improvement on last year, with Adam Armstrong coming into his peak, but no, still just 10th in the league.
Well, I was right about Adam Armstrong coming into his peak. 26 goals, 3 hat-tricks. Lads, both he and Ivan Toney were released by Newcastle around the same time. Told they weren't good enough. Yeah, this season, 57 goals between them. Whilst Joe Linton continues to show the goal-scorer instinct of an iron flapjack. But Blackburn, I said 10th, you came 15th. Lads, you let me down.
9th, Swansea City. But Steve Cooper is inexperienced, and they just shipped 7 at Southampton pre-season, so yeah, no playoffs this season. Although I have to say, Morgan Gibbs-White is their most exciting signing since Renato Sanchez.
I said that so confidently. I was so confident of 9th. No, they're 4th. And even Gibbs White, when I was optimistic about him, no, he turned out to be an injury-prone waste of sweat. Last season, I predicted Swansea to get relegated from the Championship, so it's official. Do not ever ask me to predict the fate of this club, because they continue to make me look like I was born to my sister.
8th, Bournemouth. This is a call. Bournemouth are probably most people's tips to go straight back up into the Premier League. Not a chance. This is the beginning of Bournemouth's slow descent back down the leagues. Bournemouth should have gone out and got an experienced manager to replace Eddie Howe, not the lazy option of Jason Tindall, the guy who spent the last decade handing out the bibs in training in between fetching Eddie Howe's coffee.
I was half right. Jason Tindall was exposed and sacked in February, but as Jonathan Woodgate was the Jason Tindall of Middlesbrough last season, and out of his depth promoted assistant coach, and yet Johnny Woodgate, even he might get Bournemouth into the Premier League. But lads, please, I have nothing against Bournemouth, but please don't get promoted. How boring would that be? The 3 to get relegated, or the 3 to come back up? What's the point?
7th, Brentford.
You know what? I don't care this year. I don't care if Brentford go up this year. It's a bit like a recently divorced wife. She doesn't care that her now ex-husband is sleeping on a park bench and trying to romance an open packet of Cheerios in Tesco's. No, she's moved on. It's not any of her business anymore. And similarly for me, because there's no Pontus Jansson tattoo at stake this year, I don't care if Brentford go up.
6th, Middlesbrough. This is arguably the biggest call in the list. Middlesbrough in 6th in the playoffs, in the raffle for promotion. Lads, it's all down to Neil Warnock. Remember, he took Cardiff from the relegation zone into the Premier League.
Lads, the season on the whole has been positive for Middlesbrough, but I predicted Warnock would turn them from relegation candidates into playoff hopefuls. So 10th in the league is underwhelming.
5th, Stoke City. Tyrese Campbell is going to have a big season and fire the club into the Premier League. Just you wait.
You You still waiting? Tyrese Campbell to fire Stoke up. He's got 6 goals this season and been out with a knee injury since before Christmas. So I cursed his season. I literally cursed his season. I said Stoke will get promoted. No, 14th in the championship. God, it must be depressing to be a Stoke fan.
4th, Cardiff City. Yeah, another playoff spot for Cardiff. And yes, more playoff defeat for Neil Harris. I'm predicting Cardiff to have an almost identical season to the last one. Close, but no Premier League.
No, poor old Neil Harris was sacked in January. In comes Mick McCarthy after 6 weeks coaching in Cyprus. And to be fair, he's done a good job. Harris was sacked after losing 5 in a row. McCarthy comes in and immediately wins 6 on the bounce. To be fair, they've tailed off again. Losing 5-0 to Sheffield Wednesday is probably the most embarrassing result of his career. And ultimately 8th and no promotion is a failure.
3rd, Norwich City. Lads, I think they're going to have a very good season. But no, playoff final defeat to Stoke.
Norwich to fall flat on their face. Losing a playoff final to Stoke. Lads, they scored 7 goals against Stoke this season. 29 wins, 97 points. Just 1 win off a 100-point season. I think it's official. Daniel Farke is a championship mastermind and Timu Pukki, 56 goals across his last 2 championship seasons. One of the best ever goal machines at this level and... God, they proved me wrong.
2nd, Derby County. Okay, I predicted Derby to win the league last year. You might think a clever man might learn from his mistakes, but I am no clever man.
Understatement of the year.
Listen, all the pieces are there. An experienced coach with success at a high level, with a talented squad boasting the biggest name in the division. This needs to finally pay off the promotion. It just has to.
This is officially my worst ever prediction of all time. Literally the worst. And I predicted my dad come back after my 11th birthday. I said Derby would go up on 2nd under Philip Cocu. Well, yeah, they did nearly change divisions. They nearly got relegated to League One. Whose idea was it to give Wayne Rooney the job? Mel Morris's grandmother? They just went on a 6-game losing streak. Get him out of the building as quick as humanly possible. Were it not for Wednesday's points deductions, he would have had you relegated. Wayne Rooney is of much more use to you on the pitch than he is standing in the dugout. I said 2nd. Well, Derby, that is the last time I back you to do anything. It is honestly my worst prediction of my second. Even I'm ashamed of that. 2nd, look at the state of that football club.
1st, Watford. Okay, yes, I realise you probably all think I'm insane for this, considering the new Watford boss is Vladimir Ivic, a guy whose managerial CV consists of coaching gigs in Israel. But don't worry, he'll probably be gone by Halloween.
To be fair, the guy lasted until 6 days before Christmas. Great, so that leaves me with a grand total of 2 correct predictions from 24 attempts. But the biggest thing of all, I said Derby would go... What is wrong? I said Derby would go up. Oh lads, listen, am I happy with 2? Absolutely no. Who would be happy with 2? What's that, about 8%? Imagine getting that on one of your exams at school. They would think you have brain damage. Anyway lads, let me know in the comments, what did you think of the championship season? Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while.